Hey, what's up, Sumolings? I'm Christy with AppSumo. Welcome. Today we are joined by Yannis, who's the co-founder and CEO of Fulfilli. Yannis, welcome.
Hi guys, great to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you for taking your time.
Yeah, we don't usually have webinars on Mondays, so this is one of the first webinars we've ever had on a Monday, but it is a great way to kick off your week. So again, thank you for tuning in today. If you aren't familiar with Fulfilli, it's a platform that helps you acquire leads and automate pricing so you can concentrate on growing your business. And the best part is that you get it for a lifetime for only $49 on AppSumo right now. So you're in the right place if you are looking for a demo. All right, we already have people saying hello, Roy, Chatty Dog. I love Chatty Dog. That's an awesome name. So just in case you've never seen one of our webinars before, here's how it works. Right now, you're seeing both myself and Yannis. And then in a second, I'm going to shut my camera down, my microphone down, and he's going to take you through a demo of Fulfilli. If at any point you have a question for him or the team, go ahead and put it in the chat box. And then at the end of the webinar, I'm going to come back on and ask him all of your questions live. So that way you can pay attention to the demo and not necessarily have to keep your eye on the chat. If you can't make it until the end, that's okay, because I'll be sending out a replay to all of you who have registered later today. So that way you can rewatch it or just catch up on what you missed. All right, I think I've said everything. We know people are here. So Yannis, let's make sure that your screen sharing works, and then I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. And so turning on my screen sharing, and yeah, it's here. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me today, and hi and hello to all of those who are seeing this video after the webinar. So my name is Yannis. I'm one of the founders here at Fulfilli. And today I'm going to show you how to use our app. And yeah, so Fulfilli is a marketplace, and we are building a marketplace, which means that there are two sides to this market. And there is a client's workspace where you can sign up and start projects. And there is an agency sign-up form. So which is found here in the footer. So if you are applying as an agency, then you can use your social signups or your email, and you will be brought to some quick questions about your company. Yeah, so let's click it right on, and I will log on to my workspace. I've already answered those first few questions, like are you an agency or a freelancer, but there are really few questions and really quick ones. So when you sign up, you are brought to this dashboard, and there's a checklist of things you can do for easier onboarding. You can go and see our product roadmap that we try to keep up to date. Here's a brief intro, what to expect from this app. You are really welcome to join our Slack channel. It's growing slowly, and you can always find someone from our team online, where we are always available for your questions or comments or feedback. And you can also follow our Twitter and LinkedIn. Yeah, so you've already created an account, so point number one is accomplished, and you can go out on and take the quiz. Your quiz is the quiz is really important for us to understand where you stand with your business and what's going on. Yeah, so let's say you're doing result-driven performance websites, and your goal for the next 6 months is generate new leads. There will be a number of these questions that we kindly ask you to answer. They are one of the ways how we understand who you are and what you are looking for, and how can we actually help you. Setting up agency's profile. So Here's a nice preview of what to expect, but so it's an easy form. You just follow it and answer questions and add content, and it will appear on your right, and you can always see how it looks. We are continuously updating our software, and this profile update was done recently, and there's going to be the next update where you will be able to preview your profile full page. So just come back and always try to keep your profile up to date, because again, that's the only way for us to know you, and we really like suggest for you to try to be as specific and specialized as possible, because if you are a company that says that does everything, there are a few real full service companies, but they usually are with teams, established teams, portfolios, experience, and different sets of services they provide. So if your core excellence, let's say, is SEO, then stick with that. And I'm telling this to new companies that are recently established. We see that specialized companies are more often successful, and they grow faster. Their brands are stronger, and another thing that we see is that some companies like to jump around with their positioning. It's fair to play with it, but you need to have some consistency. You can't be a designer one day and SEO specialist the other day. So a profile is what we send to companies that we introduce you with, or who we introduce you with. So which means that this is for them the first impression, and how they judge you in regards to their needs. Okay, so a profile is important. Setting up pricing. So pricing is a part of our quoting software, and you can use this pricing to create your quotes, and let's say you are using more than one currency, you can add it right here, and you can define your team, like project management, and if you have a different hourly rate, then that's really fine. Yeah, so setting up pricing, adding billing information. So this is where you will see your future invoices, because all our clients have a commission. So if we connect you with a project and you start working with them, then there's a commission that's due to be paid on those projects started, and this is where you will see your invoices. It's all about collaboration. So adding your teammates is important. Let's say you work on a quote together, or you work on a project together, like there's a project manager, and you add a designer that works with the same project. So this is where you add your teammates, and you can set different roles to them, and send invitations out. Setting up quoting appearance. This is what I like the most. So we've spent really a lot of time in understanding different pricing models of service providers, and I really like this quoting tool, and you can customize pretty much everything in this document, and if you don't want to customize colors, you can choose one of these fine templates, and your quote will always look beautiful. Change your logo, font, hide Fulfilli branding, so this sticker will go away. Yeah, and customize it as much as you like. Okay. And with let's continue with the quoting software. So when you create a quote, you have your quotes dashboard, and this is where you see your quotes, and so you can send out a quote as a PDF document, or send it over Skype as a link, or send it in email from here. And this is an hourly quote for website development. This quote template really works. When we used to run an agency, we were landing, let's say, website development projects for up to $50,000. So this is what truly works, and we encourage you try it out. They are pretty simple and straightforward. So our clients love these quotes, and we know that these quotes are clear and can land you huge projects. Also on this quoting dashboard, you can see engagement with your quotes. So who viewed, from where, who made them public, and how many unique downloads it has and views. So you can track the progress and follow up accordingly. Yeah, so creating your first quote is another thing that you can cross out from this onboarding list. So I think I'm ready for your questions, and I will be glad to answer them all. Christy?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me and hear me?
Yeah,
Great.
I do.
All right. So we've had a couple questions come in, and one of them is, does your profile, your agency profile public, or is that something that's just behind the Fulfilli door?
Yeah, so we are also speaking about it. So here's a public profile, and this is a verified profile of one of our clients. So not all of them are public, because we review and confirm them before they are ready to be public. But the thing is that sometimes people just play around with it, or we see that business is not quite ready yet to be public as a business. So we can't be publishing them all. So I hope this answers.
Okay, good. Now, Roy's asking, when it comes to the quotes, he's asking, is it possible to do a package rate rather than a per hour rate? So, for example, if they're building a website, they just want to charge a flat rate of $2,000. Can they do that in the quote?
Yeah, there are fixed price quotes, and they can do it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. And Chatty Dog would like to know, is this a two-stage selection process with Fulfilli, selecting first and then the client second?
In a way, yes, because first it's our algorithms that shortlists service providers, and then currently we review every shortlisted company for the job, and sometimes, pretty often, we even get on a call with a few of those shortlisted companies, we invite them to apply, and when they apply, we have a list of companies that applied, and we might get on a call with a few of them, and then we currently we pick who will be connected with that project.
Okay, good. And so there's a follow-up question to the profile. It says, so essentially when a profile is ready and verified, it's always public after that?
Yes, currently it's so, yes.
And so Roy, perhaps
but
missed
it's a
this
subject
part.
to change. I'm sorry for interruption, but
No,
we
okay.
are a startup, and there are some things we don't know yet, and so currently, yes, it's the way it is. Yeah.
Okay. And so Roy's asking, how do we find clients in the Fulfilli site?
How do we find clients in Fulfilli site? You are not finding clients in a way like you browse and apply. We are not selling leads. We are not in the business of selling leads. We are in the business of making meaningful connections. So everyone needs to understand that behind every lead, there is a real person with real business, with real need. And those people are looking for a solution to their problem, to their needs, and we are facilitating these connections, and we need to serve both sides of the market right. So whenever there is a new project that comes in, we do all our best to help them to achieve their objectives, to achieve their goals. So this is why we are making this one connection. And I will also add that why are we making only one connection but not providing a list of companies that they could browse through? Because there are services that do right that. And what we have learned while we researched reviews, so like how companies were finding service providers. 90% of them say that somebody introduced them. So they are not going to Google, and only a few of them are going to Google and searching for service providers. They are asking their friends, okay, do you know a guy who can help me? And even huge projects with $1 million budgets are started by somebody introducing people, and that's why it's not like you can select a project and it will be your project. You will get introduced if you are the right fit for that job.
Okay, awesome. And now there was one other question. Ramsey would like to know, how are you vetting the leads for subscribers?
We are building lead project briefing tools and lead qualification tools. They are in early beta, and you can sign up on the client workspace and test them out. And we are asking a lot of questions, but we also understand that every project can be at a different development stage. That can be an early idea or already have a design or some concepts in place. So we treat projects as in a timeline, and we want to be able to plug in service providers at any stage. So let's say a project at some point needs a designer. We would like to be able to add that to create a project from that need and start a new project from there. Yeah. So does it answer or the question, or what was it again?
I believe so, and we'll find out if it has not. He'll come back. But, so Joe's asking the question on the other side. It says, what's the onboarding process for agencies? Is it an interview? Is it quizzes? Is it reviews of past work? And does everyone pass that vetting process?
Yeah, so good question, and I already touched it a little. So not everyone passes it because not everyone is and will be ready to serve real clients. So we see very often people creating profiles that with companies that were born yesterday, or there even isn't a company yet. Or people who think that they can do work and maybe they can't, and so most probably it will never be the case that everyone can be a service provider. So if that answers.
Okay, yeah. Roy is asking, do you have any tips to make your company profile, solid and that help you land more jobs with your profile?
Sure. This company profile, we designed it to be high converting company profile. So we start with your brand name, and then we state what's your what type of company are you, and you will select from a list, and then we call this as a short description. You usually when people find your profile, you have 10 seconds to capture their attention, and it either works or it doesn't. So this is why it's really short and concise in the beginning, up to benefit bullets. So you really need to to state who you are and what do you do, and why should they continue reading really early. And then the long description is for you to say how you're different and why should they choose you among others. And you really should also pay attention to visual elements, because this is your way how to again show how you're different, and choosing your industries and services. Stay focused. You shouldn't spam like with all the available services. It will not increase your chances to receive projects. And this is our process, is where companies don't pay enough attention. When we get on a call with companies and I ask them, okay, what questions do you ask your clients? How do you get from the first call to a quote or a proposal, or how do you actually start a project? Then they are answering it clearly. And this is the what you need to think like because this is what your reader will see and decide upon whether to start a project with you or not, or yeah. So and this is how we also read it and understand, okay, is this a good shortlisted company for that job? And be frank with your data, because we see a lot of companies stating different. So there is a quiz where you answer what's your last year turnover, and people are not giving the right number. When on a call I ask them that question, they give me a different number. So for me, that means that you lied, and this is not increasing your chances to win a project, or you will set your minimum hourly rate 75 on the profile, but when I talk to you, you will say that it's a 55. Then again, you lied, and it's not increasing your chances. So yeah, present your work. And upload logos of your clients and add your key people and their LinkedIn links, and put only technologies that you are familiar with. So that would be it.
Okay, good. Now, is it possible that agencies can, fill out a profile, do all of these things, but never get in front of a client or a potential client because of the vetting process?
So we are pretty early in the development of this company, and I'm always thinking like into the future, what will happen when we will be connecting tens of thousands of projects, I don't know, a day, a week, or a month, even the algorithms are in development. So it might happen like with your profile, if your profile can be not published, then most probably it's also possible that you will not get connected. And even today, so we got signups from all over the world, from Asia, from South America, from North America, from Europe, and what I would like to say, that all those who apply now and are good and excellent at what they do, they stand a pretty high chance, because let's say there is a project in USA looking for a WordPress developer, and if you have a profile with us, you're pretty early. You stand a chance to be visible to us, and the competition is much lower on our side than anywhere else on any other platform, including Google or Clutch or Upwork.
So get in now while you can, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So how long does that profile review process take, and do they hear back? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so one thing that I want to add, that those who made the profile really early when the AppSumo deal started, we asked them to revisit because we did an update to the profile form, and we will also send out an email to inform them about it. So those who played it with it around very early, when AppSumo deal started, can revisit. But whenever you do the quiz and submit a profile for a review, we receive a notification, and you will be included in the next batch that we review and confirm. With some of you, currently with most of you, we are also getting on calls because we really want to learn who you are and what do you do, and when projects come in, we want to know who to shortlist and who to connect with. So yeah.
Okay, so is this days or weeks? Like, what's
yeah?
the
Currently,
average
it's less than a week. Yeah.
Okay, great. And Roy's asking, what if I'm not a company but just an individual? Is it okay, or does he need to be an agency?
Yeah, early in this video I talked about it, and currently we are matching only with agencies. So if you're first name, last name freelancer, currently we will not be connecting you with a project because there is an organization behind the company, and if you have team experience, portfolio, processes that help you to get where you are, we just blindly can trust you much more than if you're a guy who says that does work. So.
Okay, good. And I think, so we have a couple people in the chat box saying that the light in your office is kind of overshining you. We can't see you right now. There's like a ray of light on you. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, perfect. That's good. Now, customer would like to know, he's asking, will this work for an agency that is focused on just one niche, like they only serve dentists or they only serve plumbers? Can they still use this and find meaningful leads?
Okay, so to answer, can it work? Definitely, because if there will be, whenever there is a project that's looking for a service provider like that, I think even our matching algorithms would find that match, yeah. So, but again, if we are speaking about leads, then it's not about leads, but about starting projects. So are you going to be connected depends on many other factors.
Okay. And David is asking, will I be able to add videos to my profile anytime soon?
Yeah, we already have one profile with video. I would have to ask my CTO about the technical aspect of it, but there is a video with a profile with video already published.
Okay, good. And Roy would like some clarification about the commissions part. He's saying, what do you mean that there won't be commissions if we are the one who close the client and not Fulfilli? So maybe you can go over that commission structure and explain how that works.
I don't know if I got the question right, but the commissions, so whenever you close a project that was provided by us, you owe us a commission based on your plan.
Okay, but they can use the, I think there's no commission if they're just, sending out quotes through Fulfilli, right, for their clients.
No,
I think
then there is no quote, no commission at all.
Okay, yeah. So if Fulfilli helps you land that job or that lead, then there's
and currently you are not forced to use our internal quoting software to communicate with the prospect we sent your way.
All right. And Teddy's dog is asking, what is the current flow of clients to the platform and what is the turnover? I think he's asking perhaps the number of new clients coming to, the number of clients coming to the platform and how often they're using it.
Yeah, so it's a slowly growing number, and as you see from the tools, we are not among the most visited platforms in the world. So we are still early, and we are not disclosing our revenues yet, and so just you stand a chance if you're excellent at what you do and you have a profile with us. If you don't have a profile with us, then we don't know you, and it's harder for us to find you.
Okay, awesome. All right, so those are all the questions that I have. Yanis, why don't you let them know how they can reach out to you after the webinar in case they have further questions?
Yeah, sure. So we have our Slack channel that you can find when you sign up as an agency. You can write me an email. That's my last name @fulfilli.com. And we are also on Twitter and LinkedIn. So please come by, and we are always glad to answer questions. And we are answering them every day in huge numbers. So welcome.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. All right, guys, as I mentioned, I'm going to send out a replay of this webinar later today, so that way you can catch up on all of it. So thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.